Hi friends, Dr. Arun Dhir here. Hope you're doing well and having an awesome day. The topic for today's video is creating lasting behavioral change after weight loss surgery. See, this is a situation and a question that I get asked quite often, especially when people have had weight loss surgery and they are now fearing or they are facing the challenge of weight regain. I often say that after any form of weight loss surgery, there is that first 12 months of honeymoon phase where weight will come off almost by itself. But it is what work that you have done in those 12 months that will determine how rest of your life is going to be. So that's what I'm going to elaborate upon today in this video. And I often say that weight loss surgery should not be looked upon as an easy way out. It is not, because unless and until you have built and put to action the commitment to stick to the advice that is being offered, to be true to yourself, that then and only then you are going to experience the long-term benefits of weight loss surgery. So, one of the things that has come up to light in many studies is that weight loss surgery, regardless of whichever type you look at, whether it's the band, the gastric sleeve or the bypasses, they've got a failure rate ranging from anywhere between 30% to 16%. So that's the range, that we're talking about. With bands, there's a slightly higher failure rate. With the bypasses, there may be slightly less failure rate, but we're talking about that range of 16 to 30% approximately, which if you looked at it, it is almost 1/3 to 1/4 of the population will regain all the weight that they lost after weight loss surgery. Now that's a staggering number, and my goal is that I don't want any person who comes to see me to be a part of that unfavorable statistic. And I think this is where it is crucial to understand that what is the underlying mechanism that causes people to fail something as powerful as weight loss surgery. They may have failed diets, they may have failed medications and pharmacological medications that may have been given to them to suppress appetite and all of that, and I understand it. But mind you, surgery is really powerful. It's risky too, but it's really powerful. And to be able to fail that, there has to be an underlying reason for that. And I've been studying this for over 2 decades about what is it that causes some people to do so amazingly well after surgery, same operation, they do amazingly well, while others have to face failures, complications, and things like that. And what I've understood is, this is in my current level of ignorance, but I think there is a very, very strong connection between your gut and your brain. And this is an established fact now, so it's not my opinion. When we operate on the gut, it causes changes in the hormones, the appetite hormones, the hunger hormones, the satiety hormones, which communicate with your brain. So there is a very strong gut-brain connection that is having a two-way communication going from gut to the brain and the brain to the gut again. Now this is what leads to that change in the perception of taste, smell, preferences change. People come very often to me saying that their preference now is, when they get into a restaurant, is not to order chips but to go for salads. Their taste for sweet things changes, and that is fairly standard. I say to them, this is all a part of the surgery, creating its magic around your taste buds, your perception of food and the smells and things like that. But what is very important to understand is the whole concept of how and where our habits live. See, your brain has got 3 minds in it: the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, and in between the conscious and subconscious mind lives your analytical mind. Now this analytical mind is something that is like a gatekeeper. It prevents, or when it is blocked, it will prevent any information from coming from your conscious mind and going into your subconscious mind. Now mind you, it is the subconscious mind where all your habits live. And the purpose of your habits is only twofold: to keep you safe and to keep you comfortable, which is why when you're watching a movie, you reflexly go for that packet of chips and just reflexly your hand goes into the packet of chips and you just realize that within a few minutes the whole packet is gone. Now, again, it makes you feel comfortable, and that's why it is hard to change those old habits. However, when you start feeding yourself this really powerful information from your conscious brain about diet, about exercise, how you should be eating mostly a plant-based diet which supports your metabolism and the gut microbiome. Hence it starts to send different signals to your brain, and that is what changes your food perception. You start learning about things like having good sleep, which is crucial to maintaining long-term weight loss, having adequate water intake, taking your multivitamins, doing exercise. So when all of this information starts to come into conscious brain, and it goes from the conscious brain to the analytical brain, if the gates are locked of the analytical brain, that is just going to get bounced right off. None of that is going to actually lead to a behavioral change. Now, when those gates are open, that information will flow through, and it will allow you to reassess and revisit your old habit patterns which were not serving you, and you slowly start to become aware of it, and then you slowly start changing it. So instead of going for a packet of chips while you're watching a movie, you might say, you know what, let me get some carrot sticks and celery sticks. Yeah, they may not sound very exciting, but you know what, it's a new habit. So this is how change happens. Now, this analytical mind really is a controller. That's really what it comes down to. And there are states when this analytical mind completely locks, such as fear, stress, indecision, anxiety, and toxic stress. When you are in any of these 5 states that I've just mentioned, your analytical mind is like a gatekeeper, and it is keeping everything closed, because when you are in stress, when you're in anxiety, that's not a time to create new habits, not at all. That's the time to stay safe and stay secure and stay comfortable. But when you are in states which is the complete opposite, like when you meditate, when you are journaling, when you are having some quiet time and you are spending that time in self-reflection, or when you are out in nature for a walk, that is when you commune with nature and you start to reflect on your actions. This is where I've always said that journaling, visioning, meditating, or having a quiet time in green space such as nature are amazing activities to actually learn more about where your habits are not serving you. And that's when the analytical mind starts to open its gates, and it allows you to slowly create a transformation of your habits that were not serving you. And I think that is the secret to creating lasting behavioral change after something as powerful as weight loss surgery. I often say that get a journal. It is an amazing tool, and pour your thoughts onto it, and you will start realizing that the right answer starts to emerge from there. So I hope this video has been helpful in you getting a deeper insight on how you can take charge of how your biological destiny is actually being governed by the nature of what information you're putting in your mind, and what is the status of your analytical mind, which is the gatekeeper. I wish you all the very best, and stay blessed.